Hello, my amazing manifestors and money magicians. Happy Tuesday. It is Tarot Tuesday, and we have some yummy, amazing, magical energy. So, just want to chat with you a little bit about some of the energy you're probably feeling in the atmosphere. And then, of course, bring on today's Tarot Tuesday guest. So, again, thank you so much for joining. If this is your first time on Tarot Tuesday, welcome. You are certainly in for a treat. So, Tarot Tuesday is something that I started about a month and a half ago or so. Because, as you know, I'm an intuitive life coach. And so for those who don't know me, sorry, hi, I am Benir Pierre, intuitive life coach and master manifester. And so as part of my work, being an intuitive life coach, that means that I receive divine messages and I use my intuition to help guide clients. And so Tarot Tuesday is probably one of the reasons people call me the secret weapon every boss needs, because I'm able to really tap in and give you those messages to help you move forward. And so I started Tarot Tuesday about a month or so ago, as a way to help people see a little bit about what I do and realize that it really is not all that scary. So I am going to go ahead and tag a few folks in here because I'm actually doing a giveaway today. So if you watch this and you realize that you need a reading for yourself as well, then I certainly do encourage you to reach out. I'm actually giving you an opportunity to get a free reading today. Hey there, Margot. Thanks so much for hopping on. So before we get started, I am just going to do a general reading for those who are watching and for the group, and then we will go in and speak with my guest today, Miss Connie Hinnant. Thank you
Hi
so much for joining
guys.
me, Connie. How are you today?
I'm wonderful. Thank you. How about yourself?
I am great. Thank you so much for hopping on. I really appreciate it.
For sure.
Alrighty, so for those who are watching, you probably noticed that there's a lot of high energy going on. So let's address that first. So right now, the energy is very high because we have a few things happening. So the full moon actually peaked yesterday around 2:10. So we have the full moon energy going on. We had a lunar eclipse last night. We have Mercury retrograde coming up. So you're probably noticing that there's a lot of energy in the air. A lot of things are being kicked up. And so this is a time that it's vital to make sure you are grounding yourself. It's vital to make sure that you are being regular with your practice. So whatever you do to connect, if you meditate, if you journal, if you go for a walk, whatever you do to connect with spirit, this is the time that you need to make sure that you are fully connected. With Mercury retrograde coming up, you'll notice that, and even honestly with this particular full moon always being a really great time to release some things. And I'm noticing that there's a lot of things coming up with relationships and as it relates to love. And so this is a really good time for you to release those things that are not serving you and really focus on attracting what you do want. With Mercury retrograde coming up, you want to make sure that you are paying attention to your energy and your communication, because communication blocks run amok during retrograde, particularly as it relates to relationships and finance. So you might notice that your money starts acting funny and that you have issues communicating with people both in personal, intimate relationships as well as with business partnerships. So you'll want to just make sure that you are staying grounded, checking in with yourself, and not taking this energy on, especially if you're an empath. And so I have a few videos on the page that you can check out. that are specific for empaths, to help you with really guarding your energy and making sure that you're not picking up other people's yuck. One thing that helps me with avoiding the yuck is my selenite wand. So every single time I come on to Tarot Tuesday, I have my selenite wand with me. I use this both to cleanse myself, so just kind of running it along my energy field. I also use it to cleanse my cards. And so, in addition to using sage, a lot of times I'll use selenite to cleanse my cards as well. So, if you are into crystals, then definitely want to make sure you have some selenite. Some other really great crystals to use during this time. Tiger's Eye. It's going to help with balancing the polarities of the energy you're feeling. So instead of you feeling like you're all over the place, Tiger's Eye will help you really center and focus. It also is amazing with protecting and shielding against energetic attacks. And so if you just carry some Tiger's Eye, some selenite, even some hematite. Hematite has been bae for the past couple of days. All of those are really, really good stones for helping keep you protected. You also want to make sure that you are using some grounding stones. And so, even using like red jasper is incredibly grounding for me. That will be helpful as well. So I'm just going through shuffling the cards. And again, before I do Connie's reading, I'm just going to do a general reading for the group. So if you are watching, I'm sure you're wondering, how can you get this free reading? If you want to know about a free reading and how you can get your own free reading, go ahead and leave a note in the comments. And if you guys want to know, I'll tell you. Okay. So the reading that I'm getting for the group is, I have the Queen of Swords and that's crossed by the Hangman. And it actually is kind of exactly what I was saying. So Queen of Swords represents actions. Of course, we know that swords represent action. But one thing that I find interesting about this queen, she's sitting on her throne, and there's so much transformation happening around her. We see the butterflies even on the base of her throne, and she's holding her sword up, but she's not actually using her sword. And a lot of times we are holding the tools we need in our hand, but we're not using that tool. And so one thing that comes up for me here is, in the midst of all the intellectualizing, so she has transformation all around her. Even looking at her crown, you can see there's butterflies on her crown, transformation all around. But if you're not using those tools, if you're not taking action, then it doesn't matter what you're absorbing. It doesn't matter all the knowledge and everything that you're learning if you're not using it. So make sure that you are putting into action, into powerful action. Set those clear and focused intentions and put power behind it. The card that's crossing this one is the Hangman. And so with the Hangman, it's a reminder to go within. It's a reminder that in stillness, there is knowing. So again, what I'm hearing here is that this is really a time to make sure that you're grounded, to make sure that you are connected. Because if you are not connected, then it's really easy to go based off of our own understanding. And so you want to make sure that you're staying connected with source, that you're doing your meditation, journaling, etc., so that in that action, in those powerful decisions, you actually are doing the things that are inspired action, and you're not just doing busy work. If you are in my manifestation masterclass, that's one thing we've been talking about for the last week or so, is making sure that you are taking inspired action. And so this is the time to make sure that you are fully connected, so that your action is inspired, so that your action is bringing you closer to your goal, so that your action is in alignment with your intention and with your purpose. So, as a recap, you want to make sure that you're not just intellectualizing, actually use what you're getting, but make sure that what you're getting is coming from God. Make sure that what you're getting is in alignment with your purpose. So, for those who want a free reading, I'm going to make this so simple for you guys. I just want you to share this video on your page. So go ahead and share this video. Anyone who is live on this video. So unfortunately, if you're catching the replay, it doesn't count for you. But anyone who is live and shares this video, I'll give you a coupon for a free reading. And I will settle up with you as soon as we finish. So, of course, I have Miss Connie here looking amazing and ready to ready to get her whole life spilled out for you guys. So I always love these readings. I find that they're beneficial not only for the person I'm doing the reading for, but also for the group. Okay, very good. Thanks so much, Latanya. So I will be sure to reach out and get you the info for your free reading once we're done here. Alrighty. So before we get started, Connie, did you have any specific questions or anything you would like to know?
No, I'm just gonna wing it today.
Okay.
You're probably gonna read me like a book. I'm telling you, I'm ready. Let's just do it.
Okay, very good. Alrighty. Can you please pick a number for me?
7.
Okay. Alrighty. Hey there, Sharita. Thank you so much for hopping on. So since you are on the live version, definitely go ahead and share this video and you will receive a coupon for a free reading. So thank you so much for hopping on. Alrighty. So as I am pulling your cards, first of all, honey, transition is not even the word to describe. Woo! I mean, when I tell you, it looks like your whole world, God was like, just threw it all up in the air.
That's it. That is it.
Yeah, I mean, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 major cards. And so, for anyone who is not familiar with tarot cards, there's 22 majors in a typical deck. So for her to get 4 of the majors in this reading is huge. So there's definitely a lot of transition happening right now. And a lot of the transition relates to family, and we'll kind of get into that in a second, but it's I can tell that in your household right now there's a lot up in the air, and a lot of questions. So the first thing that I will say is the card that's showing up as your primary card is the World card. Okay, so a few things strike me about the World card. Number 1, with the World card, it's a reminder that everything comes full circle. Everything. So again, I talked about how there's 22 major cards. Well, the World card is the last major. And so when you're looking at the major card, it goes through the Fool's journey, and it starts with, the Fool embarking on this amazing journey to take over the world, and then it ends here at the World card. And so the thing for me is understand that to everything there is a season, and everything comes full circle. I almost feel like this is like the end of a cycle for you. And there's been learning experiences. You've been able to kind of master yourself through this, but everything has a season. And sometimes when things end, it is simply the start of a brand new chapter for us. The card that shows crossing it. So the card that's influencing this is the Four of Wands. So here it looks like a marriage. And so, of course, I do know a little bit about what we've talked. And so, I receive this to be related to your marriage situation. But even with this, so a few things that I see in this card. Wands represent power. And so the first thing that I hear here is that even in the celebration and even in the marriage, never lose your power, your personal power. And I almost feel like this closing of a chapter is opening you to finally relying on just your strength. Because you've had to be strong your entire life, but there's always been something outside of you that you were able almost to give up your strength for, if that makes sense. So even though you've been strong, it's almost like you can defer to someone else that is stronger, because we know that as strong Black women, it's not always because we choose to be a strong Black woman, right?
Right.
Know that even in that strength, and we'll kind of get into some of the other cards, but in that strength, I feel like you're being called more into a gentle strength. One of my favorite cards in the tarot deck, which I'm surprised actually didn't show up in your reading, is the strength card. And with the strength card, it is, and actually I feel like this was in another reading I did for you though, was the strength card. But with the strength card, it's this woman and she's holding the lion's mouth shut. I'm going to see if I can find that card for you. But she is not using force. She's using sheer will. And I feel like you're being called into this space where you're, instead of bulldozing walls, that you are really leaning on the strength of your connection, leaning on the strength of your intuition and not necessarily brute force, if that makes sense. Okay, so I will pull I was trying to find the strength card so I could show you the picture of it. Not seeing it offhand, and I'm not going to waste time searching for it, but I will send you that card separately. Oh, here it is. Because I really feel like you're kind of being called into this space where your strength isn't coming from how many people, because I get the sense that you have a real foot mouth when you need to. And is that accurate?
Lord, help me,
Yes.
Lord. Okay.
And so what I'm feeling is that your strength is more so going to come from your self-mastery and not from your ability to beat everybody up, if that makes sense.
Makes perfect sense.
Okay. The card that is showing next is the Three of Pentacles. Know that you don't have to worry about money. Like, if money has been a problem or something that's holding you back from whether or not you should end this relationship, money's not your problem. Know that. Okay? Know that. You and your kids are going to be fine.
Jesus.
You and your kids are going to be perfectly fine. And part of the thing is that you have been aligning yourself. You've been doing those things to help you up level in the meantime. And so money is not, and I almost want to venture a guess and say that you're going to have more than enough. Interesting that the next card that shows up, this is a card for your distant past. And this is the Ten of Pentacles. So again, we see a family. To me, I see an old man kind of looking out over his legacy. Can you see this card clearly?
Yes.
Okay. So to me, it's almost like an old man is looking out over his legacy that he's built. He has his kids there. All of these coins here, that's money. That's coinage, honey. And
Yes, honey.
so I'm getting the sense that there was a time, and I'm feeling like it was almost at the beginning of your marriage, because for some reason I'm feeling like things started shifting shortly after the marriage started. Is that accurate?
Very, very, very accurate. Spot on accurate.
Okay. So I'm feeling like kind of during that courtship phase that's the dream you were sold into, was that you finally will be able to build this future for your family, and you guys started building this family, but then it wasn't the future that you thought it would look like. Is
For
that
sure.
okay?
For sure.
Um so then the card that shows up next is, this is in your recent past position, and it's the Six of Cups. And so one thing that I see here is that there's almost been like this longing for that time. And so even as you are contemplating ending things, there's been this longing and looking back to when things were good. Um, and then with cups representing emotions, so a few things. Normally I say you got to give from your overflow. You got to fill your cup first, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in this card, I'm almost seeing that there's been almost like an overwhelm of emotions. And so it's been easier just to focus on what you have to do and not how you feel, because there's like too much emotion going on. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. One thing that I will caution you, um, know that what you resist persists. And so ignoring it or trying to stuff it down and focusing either on the future or the past and not staying present is just going to make it come up louder for you. And so I don't know if you journal, I don't know what your creative outlet is, but I encourage you to connect with an outlet that will allow you to really work through how you're feeling. Um, because I feel like it's starting to rob you of your focus on other things. And so as you are trying to kind of stuff down these emotions and not really focus on what's right in front of you, it's stopping you from focusing on the things that are right in front of you that are not even related to it. I think of it almost like fear, how fear never stays in one part of your life. Fear may start with your job, but then it trickles over to your marriage, and then it trickles over to your kids. And so it's almost like the emotions of this, because they haven't been dealt with, are starting to trickle over into other parts of your life. Would you say that's accurate?
Yes.
Okay. Um, what is your support system like? Like your friend
Um,
circle?
I have like one friend that I could really count on, like that's close to me, like a brother. My brother is
Mm-hmm.
in California, so he can only do but for so much. But I don't have like a super huge support system.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I definitely encourage you to start building that. I think that by increasing your support system, that will help make this transition more smooth. Because the thing is, like, and I feel like you've been like at this door of transition for a while, and you go right up to the door, put your hand on the handle, and you say, you know what? Nah, it's cool. I'll do it later. Is that,
For sure, for sure, for sure.
yeah,
That is so me.
yeah. Like I feel like this is almost standing between you stepping to your next level. And so until you resolve it, whatever the resolution is, until you resolve it, there's a lot of things that you're trying to do. And again, I feel, with this card, is this thought that you're looking like towards the future and towards the past, but not really staying present. And with this card, I feel like that future that you see and that you're trying to create, it will happen if you deal with what's in front of you. But until you deal with what's in front of you, it's going to keep getting louder I almost see it like a snowball. Like it's about to explode until you just deal with it.
Can I tell you
Um,
something?
yes, sorry, go ahead.
So, um, I'm in this marriage and we've been separated for almost 2 years. It'll be 2 years in November. Okay. My husband is a veteran, and so certain benefits come with that whole arena. Um, I'm going to school right now, and the military pays for me to go to school, and it is contingent that I stay married to him to keep getting these benefits. And I was thinking in my head the other day, like literally, like excuse my language, like fuck these benefits. I don't
Mhm.
even want them. Like
Mhm.
I no longer want them. I don't even
Mhm.
care. I told myself as soon as I'm done with this quarter of school, it ends like August 16th or something. I'll have a break until the end of September. I'm going to start the ball rolling for this divorce because I just cannot. It's like looming over my head. He's constantly throwing to me, I'm the reason this, I'm the reason that. Like, I don't even want the benefits because that is keeping me tied to him. And not only that,
Mhm.
his benefits are contingent too. Like, for him to get the money that he gets, he has to be married. You're
Mhm.
not gonna use me, sir. Like, that's too much. And it's crazy that you said that. Like, money's not gonna be a problem. Like, he thinks that I need it. Like, I don't need it, and nor do I want it.
Mhm.
Done.
Mhm. Okay. I love what Latanya just said. Free yourself. Everything is going to work out for you.
The
So,
confirmation,
mhm.
confirmation.
Mhm. Yeah, and I love, let me just say how I love this tribe. Thank you guys for encouraging our sisters. So Latanya says, sending so much love to you. Mia says, go ahead, Connie, stand in your purpose, glow on. You got this, girl. You
Oh
got
Lord,
this.
I'm telling you, I've been feeling like crazy because I'm like, what? I mean, I know that money, all money ain't good money, and that
Mm-hmm.
money to me is no good. I just feel it in my spirit, and then the longer
Mm-hmm.
that I hold on to this little bit of money, that's the worst bondage I'm gonna be in. I'm good, like I'm done with it.
That's it. It's funny enough that you say that. So the card that shows in your future position, and whenever I see a card in the future, really it's just giving you um kind of giving you some guidance for things you should look for, right? Our future is not written. We write our future with every single decision, every thought, every action, right? But the card that
Right?
shows for you is if you were wondering if God got you, honey, it's the magician card. So this is my absolute favorite card in a tarot deck. With the magician card, what this says to me is you have access to everything you need. The power is in you. So there are four suits in a tarot deck. There's cups. Sorry, I'm like trying to do this backwards. So there's cups, there's swords, pentacles, and wands, right? So that's the totality. Cups represent emotion, swords action, wands power, pentacles money and security. Every single thing you need is right at your fingertips, right at your disposal. You just have to use the power because all of these are just tools. So, yes, you will have opportunities. Like, I actually get the sense that as soon as you start walking in the direction of purpose, the opportunities and the doors are going to open up just right before you. It's almost, I always think of God's provision like the grocery store, and they have the automatic doors, but they don't open until you start walking towards that door. They don't open until you get in position. So once you get into position, every single door you need is going to open up for you. Know that. And sometimes, okay. Because again, I feel like it's what I said with the other card, that it's like almost like you go up to the door, try to touch the handle, and then it don't quite work. Know that dipping your toe in front of the door is not going to open up the door. So you really have to take that leap. But you have the power right at your fingertips to do what you need to do. And so just kind of quickly going through the next few cards. So really, I'm seeing, so the card for your secret desire is the High Priestess. Again, I see connection. Get connected to God. Go back to those things. And I feel like as you have grown in your relationship with God, there's been some things that it's almost like you've thrown out the baby with the bathwater. Would you say that's accurate?
Explain that to me a little bit.
So I feel like there's some things that you believed that no longer fit for you. Like, things that you grew up believing, and now as an adult, they no longer fit for you. But in throwing out some
True.
of those things that no longer fit, you've also thrown out some of the foundation, some of the connection, some of that discipline. And so even though the dogma doesn't fit anymore, some of the discipline has been lost. Would you say that's accurate?
Yes.
Okay. I definitely encourage you to go back to the discipline of your relationship. Just like I said before, you have every single thing you need at your fingertips. But and I feel like we actually talked about this on Sunday session of the class, of the master class, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you have at your fingertips until you use it. And a lot of times we don't recognize that provision because we don't have the connection. And so I encourage you to get back into connection with God, however that looks for you. If that is through prayer, meditation, finding a fellowship hall, whether that is journaling, whatever you need to do to get back to the God that you have always known and that has always protected you, that was in that delivery room with you, the God that has always guided you. Get back to that. And that probably won't look like it looked when you were younger, right? As we grow, our relationship grows. This is God of your own understanding. But however you need to connect, that's going to be the thing that takes you through this. Another thing that I want to mention, the hangman came back up for you as well. And so as you are connecting with God, know that God is within you. You're not seeking to connect with something outside of you. Go within to find that connection. Okay. So the card that's showing in the final position is the Two of Wands. And, here we have a gentleman, looks like he's stuck between two decisions. He's stuck and not really sure how to use his power. But with everything that we've discussed today, just as a quick recap, by going within, really, really connecting to God and not being afraid to take the jump, not being afraid to give up the things that you can see in front of you, having that faith and knowing that once you take the jump, you have literally every single thing you need at your fingertips. Okay. So that is the reading I have for you. Thoughts, questions?
Like it's it's crazy because it's almost like I know what I need to do and what I should do, but it's just that fear, like trying to
Uh-oh.
these kinds of things hold me back. I know what I need to do, and I just need to quit being a punk and just do it. Like Nike, just do it.
Just
Checkmate.
do it.
Because I literally know that holding on to something that is not meant for you to have, it will cause me to not, be able to get where I need to be. And I know that. So promising myself that I'm gonna take the necessary steps and do what I have to do, and just be free, because
Mm-hmm.
I deserve, to be happy. I deserve to have what I want in life, and if I keep allowing other people to hold that back, then I deserve that too. So
Okay. Very good. So,
with
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
oh, no worries, I wasn't saying anything.
But yes, I mean, I definitely agree with that. And I am sending you so much love. You already know, Connie, that if you need me, I am here. And even though this wasn't really supposed to be this kind of reading, but I want to know, for the women who are watching, we have 9 people watching right now. If Connie needs somebody for support and she needs to reach out to somebody, who on here has her back? Who can she reach out to? I want to make sure that we are increasing that sister circle for you. So if you are watching and you want to support Connie in making this transition, I encourage you to reach out. Connie, go through the comments after and send them a friend request. There is power
Will do.
in
Will do.
numbers. So, okay, I see Latanya is here. First of all, you need Latanya on your team, honey. Latanya will get you together. Taz, Mia, Sharita, honey, we got folks giving you their phone number and stuff. So, if you need support, the support is right there. Okay?
Will do. I appreciate it, guys. I really, really do. And let me just say this too: if ever, I don't know anybody's situation, but if ever I can be of any assistance, even if it's just to listen or offer a non-biased, judgmental, free advice, I'm here to send me a friend request, send me a message. I'm with it. I'm here for it all.
Very good. Well, thank you so much, Connie, for allowing me to serve in this way. And thank you, every single person. I keep saying I love my tribe. You guys are amazing. And so for every single person who is on here who shared this video, I will contact you separately to give you your free reading. Definitely, Connie, go ahead through the comments, send them a friend request, and thank all of you so much. Have an amazing rest of your Tuesday, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye, guys.